Greetings, L'Oreal professional team. I'm Clarissa, and this is our lovely model Anna, and I'm going to be demonstrating a basic French twist for you today. Now let's get started. So first, I'm going to take our model's hair. First of all, you want to start with hair that's already been properly washed and conditioned so that you can get a nice amount of shine, volume, and control out of the hair. So I'm just going to give her hair a good brushing with an open-ended vent type of brush. So now that that's done, I'm going to go in the back portion of Anna's hair, right in the back portion, all the way in the back, kind of low crown area here, and I'm going to take some vertical sections like this, and I'm actually going to tease them. And the purpose in doing that is just to kind of get the hair to stay up and give it a little bit of strength kind of at the base so that everything stays together. So I'm just going to go in, I'm going to elevate the hair 90 degrees, and I'm going to push forward towards her scalp. And the key is when you're doing teasing is you want to start close to the scalp. The closer to the scalp you start, the better your teasing or back combing is going to stay in place. So elevate it 90 degrees, and I'm just going to push it in. Now I'm going to take another thin section. Now that that's done, I'm going to go in and just kind of marry these sections together. I'm going to go in and back comb this horizontally now, just to make sure everything's together. I really want the hair to hold together nicely. And now I'm going to kind of give that a spray. Spray on top of everything. Alright, so now we're going to start bringing this hair back. So now I'm going to switch my implements. I'm going to switch to actually a flat boar bristle brush. I find that this, for doing really smooth, sleek looks, works out really well. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to start at the front of this, and I'm using my brush. I'm going to brush this hair back, all the way back and over, and I'm just going to kind of skim over that back combing. You want to brush their nape as well. You want to get everything looking neat and smooth, okay? So while that's doing that, I'm going to kind of spray my working spray. This is a working spray, but it is a firm working spray because I do want this to be kind of sleek and tight. So now I'm just going to kind of go over that again with my working spray and my boar bristle brush. And I'm going to kind of hold this section just like that. Now here's where the fun kind of starts, because I'm going to go up her head and I'm going to start at the very, very nape. Now I'm using black bobby pins just so everyone can see this. I'm going to start right at the nape, and I'm going to crisscross these bobby pins. Meanwhile, I'm holding all this hair. I'm going to crisscross the bobby pins. I'm putting my bobby pins all the way through to the scalp. So I'm just working my way up, and try to make sure that your bobby pins are going through everything that you back combed. Okay. So I'm still working my way up her head. Now Anna's hair, she has a fine hair texture, but she does have a lot of hair. So I'm actually going to double up on this. For some people with thinner, shorter hair, this would be enough, but I'm actually going to double up on this. I'm going to come the opposite direction with my bobby pins. I'm going to go down, and I'm going to create two crisscrossing. So this is basically a lattice work of bobby pins, and this is really what's going to hold our entire hairstyle together. This is kind of the base and the security of the hairstyle. So it's really important that these are close to the scalp. If you kind of touch them, they really shouldn't be moving around too much, because between the back combing and the hairspray, you should be right at the scalp here. So now that 12 inches away, I'm going to kind of skim over it with my hand, make sure everything is going in the right direction. And I'm going to kind of lightly brush over it, but making sure I don't brush out all that nice back combing that I did. I'm going to spray her a little under here as well. We really want this to be sleek and clean. Okay. And now I'm going to elevate this hair 90 degrees again. And I'm just going to do a twist. I'm going to start down here and start to twist, 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 twist until we find the scalp. So that should look something like this. I'm actually going to go in with some open-ended hair pins for the rest of this. A lot of people don't even know what these are for, but the purpose of these are to secure things without necessarily decreasing volume, which works well sometimes as opposed to the bobby pins that, yes, they do hold securely, but they also decrease volume as well. So we want this to stay nice and full. So now that this is all secure, we're going to stick these in like this actually. It's a great way to secure these. You're going to stick them in at 90 degrees, then you're going to tilt it, and you're going to push it to the right, and you're going to insert it into those lattice work of bobby pins on the inside. Okay, so that's my first one. Okay, so now we're going to work with this top section. I just took the clip out, and I want to kind of keep her with a little bit of volume on top. She has a little bit of a shorter fringe, so I'm just going to kind of work with that, and we'll go from there. So first of all, let's take a look at this from the front. So what I'm thinking is to just kind of leave this fringe like this. So we're just going to kind of leave that out naturally to wherever it falls. And now, because I want to retain a little bit of volume, I'm going to start back combing here. So I'm going to take the tail end of my comb. I'm going to take this hair, I'm going to leave it in the front. And this is another reason why you want to spray all of this and have it pretty much done before you start doing this, so that, you know, you're not messing up work that you've already done. So you're going to elevate 90 degrees here. You're going to back comb from the root. Okay? Back comb from the root. Alright, so once again, we're just going to skim over the top, smooth it out, get it looking really nice and sleek. And I'm going to pull this back at a 90-degree angle towards me. And I'm going to come in there with my working spray again, just kind of lightly mist the top. I'm going to take my hand just to kind of blend everything in there together. And I'm going to give this a twist right kind of at the base of where her French twist is. And I'm going to take my finger in there, and I'm going to make a big old knot. So I'm going to grab this other side, and I'm going to pull it through really nice and slow, so that we end up with something looking like this. Okay? So I'm going to come around onto this side now, and here I'm actually using open-ended clips because I don't want to decrease too much volume in this area. I do want it to be definitely firm and in place, but at the same time I don't want to lose all my volume either. And I kind of want this portion to have kind of a natural textured feel to it. So I'm just going to kind of, I want the hair to kind of drop and do things as if they would naturally occur. So I'm kind of alternating pins. I'm using a few open-ended, I'm using a few bobby pins, just kind of doing what feels right where. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of come in this way. Just for the front of her hair, I really wanted to have some body, because I'm actually going to kind of have this going up and back. So there I just created a little bit of volume, some body with the flat iron. And so now I'm going to take all this texture and just kind of have it going back. So I'm going to do just a little bit more back combing in this area. this middle section. So just take a really thin subsection, lift it up, elevate it 90 degrees. I'm going to tease it right at the root. Just kind of bring this back and let it spread. Let it do what it wants to do naturally. I'm going to tease it ever so slightly here because we're in the front. We really don't want that to show too much, so I'm going to really make sure I elevate it tightly and really press it down. I'm going to elevate that back. Now I'm going to take my hairspray and just kind of work this back. Now I'm using more of a finishing aerosol spray. And I want some of these pieces to just kind of droop and be natural. Have some volume, a little bit of wave and texture as well. Just make sure we don't lose our volume here from the top. I'm just going to kind of pull that forward a little bit. Alright, so now we're just going to kind of inspect our work, so to speak. I'm just going to kind of go through with my hairspray in my hands and just kind of whatever needs to be sprayed and touched, tightened up, we're going to do it. Also, one thing that helps is if you spray in the direction of your work, it kind of helps to hold it all together as well. I'll spray her a little bit on the top. Alright, so now let's take a look at our finished style. From side to side, you'll notice that there really aren't many, if any, bobby pins showing. And that's another thing with professional work. You really should not have any bobby pins showing, really. Now for demonstration purposes, I did use the darker bobby pins, and here on the sides we want them to be visible a little bit just so that you could see the pinning technique, but other than that there really shouldn't be any visible bobby pins or anything of that nature. So you can see that there's no hairs sticking out. If you look at your model from side to side on the front, directly on, she wants to look even on each side. So you want to make sure you always have balance from side to side, as well as your height should also be balanced and proportionate for the hairstyle as well. So let's take one more look. So this is definitely something that a high fashion, trendy, business professional could certainly wear, but it's definitely something that you would see on the runway as well. But again, a French twist is a classic style that can be changed over and over again to suit the needs of just about anyone. So here's our finished style on our model Anna. So again, this is a great style for your client who's a little more trendy, or again, it's great for something that you would see on the runway as well. So I hope you enjoyed, I hope you liked it, and thanks for watching. So there really are so many that I'm inspired by in the industry. I really can't even narrow it down to a few people. I mean, to start with, I of course have to say Kim Vo. He's a master stylist. He has a salon at the Mirage now, which is just amazing. I can't even imagine what that would be like. Also, we have Jonathan Anton, Brig Van Austin, Camellia Alvarez, everybody at the L'Oreal professional team. You guys are always doing the best fashion shows and work for some of the best designers in the world. So there's so many in the industry that have inspired me. So what I presently know about L'Oreal Professional is I can tell just from all the work and things that I've seen from anyone on this team in the past is that you are part of your name, you are professional. There are some different teams out there that it's kind of more so a rock star mentality to the teams, and that's fine, but I feel that you also have some of that built into your team, but at the same time you are professional as well, and that's really what appeals to me.